Hello everybody and welcome to Milestone Study. My name is Anusha and in this video we are going to practice 24 read aloud questions. All these questions have been extracted from Pearson's official question bank. That means it's more likely to come in the exam. Also, you'll know how difficult the passages will be or how easy they will be. So you can tally your speech with mine. Okay, and then we'll all together get 90 by 90 in the speaking section. So let's begin with the first one. In many countries, learning a foreign language has been introduced as part of primary school education. One reason for this is the common idea that children are naturally better language learners than adults. Another is that nowadays it's important to make children interested in other cultures. Students write far less by hand today than they used to in the past. Many universities allow the use of laptops instead of pen and paper in lectures. However, it seems using them does not always help the learning process. Some research shows that most students remember information better when they write notes by hand. A research study has concluded that physiological measurements taken from wearable device sensors might actually be able to indicate abnormal fluctuations relating to infections. It is also thought that this continuous surveillance of an individual's health may aid the prevention and containment of strains of influenza. Building the emotional strength and independence of learners is believed to be as important as the knowledge gained in traditional lessons. While not wanting to create an additional subject on the curriculum, teachers are considering how to enable students to develop teamwork and leadership skills. Activities outside the classroom are thought to be essential to achieving this aim. The worldwide effort to cut global carbon emissions is gaining momentum, infiltrating all aspects of industry, including the growth in electric cars and environmental goods and services. This move towards building more sustainable economies encourages investment and creates job opportunities. As a result, many countries have crossed the threshold into a new industrial era. Statistics is the practice of collecting and analyzing data. It involves taking a sample from a small fraction of a wider population. The information gained from the sample allows conclusions to be drawn about the population as a whole without having to gather data on a larger scale. The rules of geography often determine how a country develops. Countries with a mountainous border have, as a general rule, been much safer than ones with borders that spread over vast flatlands. At some point, the size of a country becomes problematic as long supply chains can become unsustainable over time. The development of football as a formal organized sport was hampered by a dispute between Scottish clubs who wanted to professionalize football and English clubs, arguing to keep it amateur. Matches between the two countries were prohibited, but this quickly led to a shortage of competitive games. Eventually, England caved in, clearing the way for a professional domestic league. In many schools, pupils aren't allowed to use their phones during lessons. After all, when pupils spend too much time checking their phones, it prevents them from giving their full attention to the lesson. However, the educational possibilities of technology shouldn't be forgotten because smartphones offer access to a wide range of learning activities. Surely, balance is the key. Spending time in nature can improve physical and mental health. An activity known as the forest path takes this belief one step further. The basic idea is that to get the maximum benefit from nature, it's important to focus on the smells, sounds, and general feel of the environment. Therefore, forest paths involve far more than a simple walk outside. When When governments do not or cannot provide the financial support needed to improve the country's hospitals and schools, citizens themselves may decide to raise the necessary funds through community events. The hard work of individuals can help bring essential services to local communities, but such projects should be in addition to, not instead of government spending. Selecting the right degree is an important decision, and it's natural to consider how particular subjects affect future career opportunities. While business courses are obviously popular choices, creative subjects like literature or philosophy can be just as useful. Such courses encourage creative thinking skills, and companies value employees who can solve problems by looking at issues from different sides.
This research study investigates the effects of different types of music on wild monkeys. The aim of the study is to examine changes in monkey behavior when exposed to music, particularly in terms of social interaction levels. This paper reports several findings and identifies potential applications for the animal conservation sector.
As a new student at the university, you will receive a campus card when you enroll. It is important that you always carry this card with you when you're on the campus because it is proof of your identity. You will also need it to borrow books from the library, access certain buildings, and pay for items in the cafeteria. It makes sense for experts in a subject to work together in the same place. Universities are therefore organized into various departments. However, global problems are often extremely complicated, and specialists from different areas should work together to solve them. In this article, it is argued that economists and scientists benefit if they combine their skills on shared research projects. Traditionally, scientific research has been undertaken by universities, government laboratories, or companies in their research and development departments. Recently, however, professional scientists have sometimes asked ordinary members of the public to help them, especially when they need to collect a huge amount of data and cannot manage to do this on their own. Such activity is known as citizen science. This report provides an overview of consumer trends in global agricultural markets. It is subdivided into chapters covering the arable, dairy, and meat market sectors. For each sector, the drivers underlying consumer trends are analyzed. The most notable of these are the increasing demand for organic products and heightened public concern regarding environmental issues such as food system emissions. Your thesis must be formatted and bound correctly before submission for assessment, and this guidance document specifies how this should be done. It is extremely important that these stipulations are accurately followed. Failure to do so will result in the thesis being returned to you for amendment. You will only be eligible to graduate once these conditions are met. Artificial intelligence has advanced dramatically as a field of study since the early days of slow and cumbersome computers. It can now be regarded as a mature discipline. Unsurprisingly, many authors have aspired to produce the standard textbook on the subject. Here we review a worthy contender for that title whose second edition has just been published. The purpose of this paper is to the purpose of this paper is to make company owners and managers aware of the impact of accounting software on business performance. Crucial to any company's success is the availability of the very latest accurate accounting information. Dealing with the challenging nature of market uncertainty and the tendency towards increased economic globalization places new demands on accounting information systems. Some people believe that we can never really be sure if something is true. They say that we make or invent knowledge instead of discovering it. As a result, nobody can ever be certain of anything. It's all just someone's opinion. You may sometimes notice a particular speech pattern where the speaker's voice rises at the end of a sentence. The rise occurs even when it is unnecessary. The speaker therefore sounds as if they are asking a question. As a result, they often sound less confident in what they are saying. Proponents of hypnosis promote it as being a heightened state of consciousness in which the subject is more susceptible to suggestions. This mental state may enable the subject to more effectively work through something that is holding them back. Whether or not it actually works is a topic that is hotly debated. If you need to locate a title in the university library, start by accessing the library's directory. This can be done from any computer that's connected to the university server. You can search for the title's name, author, or publication data. Details of the title's code and directions to its location will then appear.